In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
I think that's foreshadowing. In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings. Sounds a lot like foreshadowing to me. Tustain has gone somewhere. But other than that, I have a party of 5s, 3 4s, lots of 3s, a few 2s. My Hellions have not really leveled up. I should focus on leveling up my Hellions some more. An Apprentice Plague Doctor with a Love Interest, Natural Swing. It seems pretty good. Can we increase the size of our barracks? Is it worth doing? I don't know if it's actually worth doing. What I should really do is look at... I dismiss. I should probably look at what the final fights are.
This one is no more good to us.
And work out how I'm building toward them. So in the Cove, I'm pretty sure that Blight is good. That was the point of getting myself a Plague Doctor. I'm already fighting champion fights in the Cove, though. Stalwart Buckle. The Wheel doesn't really like Blight very much. Warrens would be okay. 15% damage plus 30% bleed skill chance. Seems quite good on a Houndmaster. Kill an Intuit Flash. I don't know what that means. I don't really want to bring a weak team to a boss fight. I'm not allowed to bring 3s, so I have to bring like 1, 2, 3, 4 pretty much. There's no healer there. So I guess I sort of cannot do those anymore. I'm not sure whether my bot did a good or bad job with that text. I can't decide. Necromancer Lord. Necromancer's Collar Trophy. 30 crusts? Wow. Could just do a long veteran with some people. Medium veteran. I don't think I can actually level up level 1 guys anymore. But I'm not quite ready for level 5 dungeons. Wounding Helmet's probably okay on a bounty hunter. So, let's go make people bleed here. I want one of the Hellions. It's 20%. Okay. Definitely want a Vestal. And our last slot has been a Jester since the beginning of time. And I think we'll just be a Jester again. So I'm not going to have a Grave Robber this time around. It's fine. Get these Hellions going. Probably doesn't have a position 1 ability. All of these abilities of position 1. Okay, shows what I know. Hey, Death of Angels. I'm working on it. Working on getting brutally murdered. Do we like bleeding stuff here? We do like bleeding stuff here. I'm not entirely sure which sort of bleeding stuff we like, so I'm just going to level both of them up and we'll decide as the dungeon goes. This is good. This is good. I think Blackjack's fine, and Wounds is probably fine. All these are good. I don't need Hand of Light in this one, even if, like, in theory we might at some point. Bleed Out. I'm gonna try Bleed Out over Iron Swan for this dungeon. I think I like the narrator in this game. I'm not 100% sure yet. He's got a little bit of the Bradford syndrome. Just a tiny bit, though. Let's treat some diseases and the like. Uh-huh. Yeah. Let's get rid of slow reflexes on Vernon, maybe. Care about any of those. Care about that. I'm gonna pay quite a lot to get rid of anemic. Alright. Diseases. It really feels like I should be able to get rid of that just with Snuff Box. Let's get rid of the Black Plague, though. The Black Plague doesn't sound like a fun thing. Okay, fine. I really like the music in this game. It's very repetitive, but I like it all the same. I have accidentally put my jester who was coming on the mission into the sanitarium. So let's make sure that this other guy is ready to go. Not in particular. I haven't sold trinkets for a while, so I have quite a bit of money. Alright. Going here, we're getting a bounty hunter hat. Very exciting. Let's give you more damage, and I guess I could stop giving my jesters more damage and less health. That could be a reasonable approach to making them stop dying. Okay, I'm gonna give my Hellion some dodge stuff. Plus 10 accuracy. I probably want stun things on her too. Well, I don't have them. And let's send the team. It's a long veteran. Okay, then. Not 100% sure that these guys can do this.
Corruption has soaked the soil, sapping all good life from these groves. Let us burn out this evil.
I don't understand why this is a long and the last one I did was a medium. They look like they're basically the same length.
Carelessness will find no clemency in this place.
Tree makes me a loot for anti-venom. I brought lots of anti-venom.
ships laden with loot are often low on supplies.
That was not exactly what I was hoping for when it told me I was getting 3 times loot. A page with no value, 250 gold, and something that I've already forgotten. An onyx. Maybe the onyx will be good.
Annihilated.
Alright, Mr. Giant. It's just you and me. About a 50% chance to stun. Or like 40% with my chance to just miss entirely. Oh. You'd like to get finale'd again. I could arrange that. So we can actually use these guys to burn off the debuff. Hit him with another finale here. Or we can just hit him with the debuff on. Still does an awful lot.
A devastating blow. Death waits for the slightest lapse in concentration.
You just crit me for 39? 39! Okay. See, I was thinking, like, I would get my Jester's HP up high enough that they didn't get put on Death's Door by 1 crit, and that would be my solution, but... Holy shit. Apparently that's not, like, a thing you can do. And my Vestal can't help.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the
That was
sharp
right. That was a
blade.
large crit. I'm just gonna throw the food away. We can always get more in this dungeon.
Wealth beyond measure, awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike. The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
We have found a secret room very early in the dungeon. I don't think we can realistically come back to that either. I could camp for the first time right now to clear a little bit of space. I can throw away my bandages. I can probably throw away the onyx or the holy water. I can throw away the biscuits. I'm just gonna camp here. It's not actually that large a dungeon.
Gathered close in tenuous firelight and uneasy companionship.
Yeah, that definitely doesn't remove mortality debuffs. I don't know why I thought it did. So that takes care of the wound situation, gets me better scouting for a little while, and opens up some inventory space.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
I really do feel like I want my Vestals in position too. Okay, cool. Is it worth stress healing for 7? I don't know. This pretty much does anyway, right? Ah, the crit didn't go to anybody else, unfortunately.
A decisive pummeling.
Okay, so he's bleeding out. Party again, and we're done.
A singular strike.
Whoa.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Okay, we are going to leave this dungeon with an awful lot of stuff in our inventory. There's a new fight behind us if we want it. Still debuffed. Skip it. Yeah, so when you're in that interface, if you click to add torchlight, it thinks that you are putting a torch into the item. Hey, we finally found the mushroom heads.
Obliterated.
We've been missing these guys. If I played a position 2 Vestal, a Plague Doctor seems like he'd be really good, because I have the back of the party open.
Confidence surges as the enemy.
Oh, he was already dead, huh? Whoops. Let's go. I mean, the Vestal's in the wrong place, but Breakthrough doesn't do anything near as much as just yopping them. apply an awful lot of bleed to this guy.
Masterfully executed. Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Why do we drop here? I'm actually a little bit worried that I'm not going to end up with enough loot found to fill the inventory. Doesn't anti-venom do quite a lot in this dungeon? It does stuff to trees, to left luggage apparently. I didn't actually realize that. I thought I could just open that. I guess that's why I keep getting poisoned by it. Stuff to, does stuff to a couple of curios. Keys aren't actually that relevant in this dungeon, I just realized. Looking at what sort of stuff there is.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles.
What?
Paid for in blood.
What? This has a 37.5% of gold supplies times 2 plus gold heirlooms times 2. What? Is that like a thing? So most of this stuff just stacks with things we already have. Just get rid of the onyx. This stacks as well. Yeah, most of that just stacked straight away. Okay, I no longer feel concerned about not filling my inventory.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Definitely can't get rid of the shovels.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
This anti-venom's the only thing I'm really comfortable dropping here. Other than maybe firewood? Am I even allowed to?
A victim to the spreading corruption. Malformed with misintent.
They need an "Are you sure" button for people who are idiots like me. Obviously, I did not intend to clear that by punching it. That was not my plan at the beginning. You can read the pages without looting them. What is the point? Why would I gain from reading the pages without looting them? Do they stop spawning if I read them or something like that? Yup. I'm a little bit scared.
Decimated.
Yeah, it's not that I don't care about the story, it's that,
Press
you
this
know,
advantage. give them no
I'd
quarter.
rather read a summary of it on Wikipedia or something than read the pages that they keep giving me while I'm trying to play the strategy game. Squad tactics game? I would like to make it so this is bleeding, so it will die at the start of its next turn. Also, I would like to crit. Fortunately, I can just stress heal all of that off.
As the fiend falls,
Like,
a faint hope blossoms.
I would be happy to read the Cliff Notes version of the story of this game after I finish playing it, but I have no desire to discover it as I'm playing it. So I think we can just chuck these shovels. I think I can actually just walk through the obstacles and like sort of be fine. The Jester stress healing is so strong. Good thinking,
In
Jester
radiance,
man.
may we find victory.
Every single one of these corridors has 2 curios. And I feel like the dungeon spawning algorithm just broke or something. It decided to give me all of the treasure at once and then then couldn't come up with unique corridors to give me. Spiderweb gives me negative stuff unless I have bandages. It can give me positive stuff, but it's a roll, and I don't think it's worth risking a negative quirk. Alright. Day 7, we tangled with some unruly louts. Raven called them cultists. They were ferocious, but clumsy. This is now interactive audiobook with JoINrbs. I'll keep you guys posted as the story develops. Don't play many story-focused games. Shall I bleed these? Some of my favorite games are story-focused. I loved playing Skyrim. But this isn't actually a story-focused game. That's the problem. This is
The promise of safety.
there isn't anywhere in the story where I'm going to learn what sort of stuff I need to do to win, is there? I don't know. If the story were giving me tips about what sort of decisions I would have to make or something like that, I would read it. But my impression is that it isn't.
Maintain the offensive.
And even if it was, it seems... yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Lead out, Skeleton. Thank you.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
I didn't realize bleed out debuffed me too. Two curios. Wait, what? Okay, we finally found a room that wasn't a room battle with Curio, at least. Well, you can take that to the next level, though, Sir Wagglepuss, and accept that this is a video game where they wrote a story, and then the most efficient way to learn what the story is just read it on Wikipedia. But yeah. Obviously, the game designers intended for you to read these little pages as you found them. I find it unengaging and almost minutely insulting if people put game mechanics into a game and then they don't actually like actually interact with the game. I like stories. I read stories. I read stories by, like, you know, people who win prizes for writing stories. This is a game by people who I think should win prizes for creating games, and I don't like
This expedition at least
when it's
promises
time
success.
to read a story. I'll go read a story, but for right now I want to play the game that they made. This is what I needed anti-venom for. What happens with this if I don't have anti-venom? Again, though, if the story was being used to teach me more about the game or something, holy shit. It was perhaps not worth doing that, because it turns out I should have done it on the way back. I should have done it on the way back. I'm going to assume that we get more busts and leave my portraits behind. I don't think portraits stack as high. I think they're more valuable, but since they don't stack as high, I don't know. Just go with it. It's my general approach right now. She has rabies? She has rabies. Is rabies a good thing or a bad thing? Minus 10 accuracy, but plus 15% damage. Probably a bad thing.
Precision and power.
Could stun everything here. I think it's better to get everything bleeding and then stun it all next turn when it's bleeding. It means that I take a turn of fire from them, but I have long enough to heal everybody up while the guys bleed to death. Probably. Okay, maybe my Vestal will just get murdered to death instead. Murder to death. The worst type of murder. Can't blackjack anymore. That seems like it's really optimistic. I could try to kill him. No. This.
The ground quakes.
I need him to take enough damage to die to the dot before the Hellion went so that I could stun the other two guys, but that's just not a likely thing. This result is fine. I'm gonna move the Jester up so that I can deal with the Vestal. I have one more fight that I would like to beat before I camp. As opposed to being murdered to life or murdered softly with his song. Yeah. Can actually finale you again. I told the dog I needed 1 damage and it gave me 17.
Unforeseen, unforgiving.
I can respect that. Let's drop something. Oh, another narrative moment. Moira has been afflicted. Moira has been afflicted with sickness. It must have been some rotting air from a coffin she insisted on piercing with her spade. As terrible as this place is, I know I will not fall for any trap nor crazed idiot. I wager my lucky coin on it. I don't think my voice... Well, I don't know. Maybe like a Joker-style lucky coin? I have no idea if 3 busts is worth 1750 gold. This is a decision that I'm really making, because sapphires can trade with gold like this. I'm gonna camp and feast pretty soon, but then I have a whole lot more time to fill up the rest of my space. What does this fountain do again? Is it the damage fountain? It's the like weird one that sometimes does nothing and other times... Oh, you can purge a negative quirk with holy water. I really don't know. I don't feel like I need that many more heirlooms. I need to get up to level 5 weapons and armor and skills. I think there's less to like troll me about when I'm playing Darkest Dungeon because I don't know as much. So we can't have like the conversations where I'm like rangers are shit and then other people take umbrage and tell me no, you're shit, and then I'm like actually you're shit, and then like we go on like that. That's the good base of our conversation in this channel, you know. But here it's like I just say I'm shit a lot and nobody wants to like, you know, argue with that. So I really don't know. Which one even is the bust? Is that the one on the left? I think about things visually. Let's see, there's the portraits, the crests. The crests are at the right, then the toilet papers, then the faces, and the busts. I feel like I generally have lots of busts and like I don't need them that much. Yeah, I don't know. I can probably get enough of either of those, really. I'm gonna let the torch run down. We're gonna camp pretty soon. Meaning we'll get extra loot this fight. Wonderful. I'm sure that will be useful to us. Also meaning this guy is more likely to crit us for 37. Good. I was hoping to be marked. 154% base stun? What the... like, what? Who picked that number? Who was in charge of this? Is this a Skyrim giant? That's unfortunate. Yeah, that's not going to be very good for my party. There's some solid game design right there, the Skyrim giant. An enemy who you like encounter while everything else is very easy for you to kill, and then it attacks you and you get to like stop playing the game if you hadn't made a save file recently. Poison spores. Good thinking. That seems a lot more damaging than critting me for 37. Antiquarian are the best class in the game. I feel like this game's balance is still a little bit beyond me. But one thing that I haven't really felt is a need to get more money than I have. Despite the fact that I'm playing like with the lights turned on, which gets me less money. So I don't really know. Because that's all antiquarians do, right? Is get you more money? Or do they also get you better trinkets? The transaction between money and trinkets seems very difficult to pull off, because you only get a few at the Nomad Wagon each week. Also, I forget to look at them. I have not yet battled a Shambler. Get you better trinkets. Yeah, I don't quite understand how important good trinkets are, and also I don't really have a great grasp on how important good positive/negative quirks are yet. These trinkets seem pretty good. All my soldiers just refuse to die, which seems nice. Should I allowed to move forward? What a beastly character. Is she actually only allowed to move forward?
A victory. Perhaps the turning point.
Ah. Yeah. Ooh. My end. I scroll this victim of cruel fortune, who took me upon my wager, for I have lost my lucky coin. And that's a different guy. The same guy? I guess it must be the same guy. Okay then. And I now lie helpless as my blood flows swiftly from my ruined body. My fingers are cold. It makes it really hard to type in Arial on this parchment. It was no trap nor raving cultist that sealed my fate. We were ambushed by strange undulating shapes, two small entities that I cannot hope to describe, and a third much larger beast. See, like, I could be reading, like, David Foster Wallace essays, or, I could, I mean, I don't know, I could pick up some Terry Pratchett if I enjoyed the ludicrous and sometimes entertaining. Oh, this guy died to a Shambler? That's bad. Sorry to hear that, dude. I don't think we have to feast, so I'm just gonna take 750 gold over that food. And there's another room battle here. And I have to beat all the room battles. It's a lot of room battles. I have to work out what this fountain thing is. I'm not sure I've seen this fountain thing before. I've seen ones like it in the ruins. This is a pristine fountain which gives me stress healing. Okay. Let's go over here. That looks like a thing we should definitely click on. Never have I seen something which I shouldn't more obviously click on than that. Looks like it, on average, gives me bad stuff. Can give me a positive or negative quirk, or can make me bleed or whatever. So, how about that inventory space, huh? Wow. I'm gonna start binning gold, I think. Yeah, you can use holy water on it, but I do not have those. Alright, try not to die, guys. I don't think these guys can kill us. Certainly that one can't. Oof. It's a max roll. Mm-hmm.
And now the true test. Hold fast or expire.
Wow. Wow, they're going to go before.
Survival is a tenuous proposition.
That was some really, really engaging gameplay right there. Just get fucking crit. Get marked and then crit 3 times. Without being able to move in between. Good shit. Good shit. They got me. Alright. Do I lose the trinkets if I beat the mission?
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
I wonder if my party got better or worse from that happening. Because now when my Jester finales, he goes to position 3, which means that he can start leading stuff straight away.
Foolish horrors. Brought
Fucking
low and driven into
inventory
the mud.
slots. Man. That was pretty shitty. You think I want gold more than crests? I don't know.
Chance to steel oneself against the coming horrors.
Let's prevent nighttime ambush twice. How about that? Good thinking, me.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
I'm gonna prefer the half stack of deeds to the half stack of crests. And let's go see if we can win a couple more battles. Is this the right party order? I think so. Hello, Gatecrasher, my old friend. Oh, was I gonna pick that up now? I'm gonna pick this up now, but then I walked past it instead. Good work, me. My Vestal is now untold amounts of shit. I'm going to actually drop Divine Grace and take Hand of Light. Because she's never going to be in third position to actually use Divine Grace. There will be a couple of times. For the most part, she's not going to be there. I like just Dirk stabbing. The point of Dirk stab here is he doesn't debuff my damage, so it kills the guy. The second that I take that skill off my bar, I want to use it, obviously. It kills the guy and lets me Dirk stab next turn and deal good damage, although my bleed was good enough that I don't really need to deal good damage with Dirk stab next turn. And bleeds. Nice, they're both dead. Suggest retreating.
Victory, but
I don't
victory nonetheless.
feel like this team is actually incapable of beating the mission, though, and I'm pretty sure if I retreat, I lose resolve, right? Or then I like take stress and unlucky. I'm pretty sure that I take stress and don't get my level ups. I'm also just curious how far we can push this team. We learn a lot more from trying to beat this than we do from retreating here. This fight has not started well for us. I don't believe in retreat. This party is legitimately still strong too. I think my biggest problem is that I am using an AoE heal, but now the AI is better at focusing down one guy because there's one less target for them to choose between.
A dizzying blow to body and brain. Grievous injury.
You little shit.
Palpable fear.
It's just 7, but has 8.
Dazed, reeling, about to break.
Like it would be nice if we could stop getting crit every single time something attacked us. Perhaps like cleansing the mark would help with that in theory. Just gonna blackjack this until it's dead. Sometimes we'll stun it, sometimes we won't. I think I'm allowed one more turn. Okay, nice.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Probably 1 or 2 more. Or 3 or 4 or 5. If we have to do another 5 battles with this team, I'll probably run away. It's a 60% debuff resist. I don't know what that means.
Ringing ears, blurred vision.
Oh,
The
okay.
end approaches.
Good. I don't know how often my debuff actually works against them. 70% stun resist, which means this should work like all the time. Doesn't work if it misses. Fancy that. The thing is, my other things have like a base stat written on them, but this one doesn't. It doesn't say... Oh, it does. It has a 100% base. Okay, never mind, I'm just dumb. Never mind, Steven just can't read. Nice of him to put my Vestal in the second rank there. We're still holding, like, just barely. I think I'm slightly out healing the damage that he's dealing. It's not by all that much, though. The Blackjack actually deals enough damage that even though the stun resist is buffed this turn, I think it's worth trying it. I'm bleeding some more. Heal again. One crit and I'll be in a bad way. Now he needs to hit me with 2 crits because of how Death's Door works. Okay, it probably wasn't worth doing it that way that turn, given he had 150% stun resist.
Monstrous size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
No scouting ping is pretty bad. Those can be trapped. Had no idea those could even be trapped.
Curious is the trap maker's art, his efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
Yeah, Pelard. I decided that it was too easy to play this game with 4, so I killed one of them. Got the scout ping. I really hope that these are the last 2. Need to hit finale, please. Thank you. These guys deal a lot of damage, don't they? force this guy down. Debuff resist. Ew.
How quickly the tide turns.
Ew. Ew.
Terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
Delete this. That guy didn't crit me at least. Oh my god, they're gonna take 6 actions in a row? Jesus. I finale'd the wrong guy. Want to get the Vestal out of the slice and dice bullshit. He'll die if I rush again. That was not a high number. I need to do it before he moves though. Thank you. Whoa.
Perched at the very precipice of oblivion.
Shitting me, dude? See, that's smart. That was not a high number either. $89 to hit versus a 90 to hit. I think this is worth it to... He resisted? Oh my... Oh.
As life ebbs, terrible vistas of emptiness reveal themselves.
Wow.
This is no place
Wow.
for foolhardy.
Lord.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Okay. We have to leave now. Holy shit.
Wounds to be tended. Lessons to be learned.
Do the Shambler. Excellent idea. Oh, I have to get rid of both of those. Should have left when the Hellion died.